Hello, I'm Orla Allen, medium and author. If you haven't already watched my previous videos, please go back and watch them. I think there's 4 at this stage. So the first card we have here is the Ace of Cups. Now, Cups talks about your emotions and your relationships, and the Ace talks about a brand new beginning. So this is a brand new relationship. Now, relationships, like I say, can be friendships or they can be like a partner that you're going to share your life with. They can also be a partner that you're going to work with. So this card's talking about a brand new relationship that's coming into your life that you're being blessed with. The Two of Cups, again, we're moving a little bit forward. We're learning each other's moods and, we're learning what we need to about each other before we move forward. If you look closely, the way that people are holding the cups are quite significant here. So you've got the lady who is holding both hands on her cup, and you've got the gent who's holding his own cup and he's reaching for her cup. So there's this element of she's giving as much as she's taken, whereas he's given and he's taken some of hers as well. Now, just because they're male and female on the card doesn't necessarily mean it's the male and female that you're reading for. It could be vice versa, or it could be 2 males, it could be 2 females, it could be any sort of combination. So the gender doesn't tend to talk about the gender of the person, although sometimes it does. Next up, we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, again, we're moving forward a little bit more. Like the 3-legged table I spoke about before, if you lean on the side that doesn't have a leg, the table's going to tipple over. And it's the same with this card. So there's an element of celebration with this card. There's an element of moving forward. We're having a little bit of partying. But there's also this element of not everybody is reacting to the situation the same way. So there's a little bit of reluctance. There's a little bit of maybe jealousy and stuff going on with it. So yeah, this card is just one of caution to say, do you know what, bide your time, make sure you have all the facts before you act. Now is not the time to take any sort of serious action, whether that is being aggressive towards somebody or calling somebody out in their behaviour. Now is the time to just make sure you have all the information, make sure you know what's going on with everybody. Perhaps they've got some loss or something that they're dealing with, and that's why they're reacting the way they are, and you're being influenced by your own life and thinking that their reaction is about something else. So this card's very much about biding your time. The Four of Cups tends to come forward to talk about where there's more stability, where we have more knowledge. But I'm very drawn to the fact that the wee man sitting under the tree looks like he's sulking. He looks like he's not happy. Something's not right for him. So I would say while there is an awful lot more stability, we're still being influenced by whatever's happening with the Three of Cups here. So whatever happened here, whatever the problem is or issue was that we were kind of having to hold on for, it's kind of carrying over into this card as well, where we're being reluctant to make progress because maybe our feelings were hurt, or things didn't work out quite like we were expecting them to. Then we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups, again, we're at a crossroads. We need to make a decision. So if you look across the water, there is a castle, and the castle represents your dreams or your fantasies and what it is you're trying to create in the world. Now, if you look at his feet, there's 3 cups lying down, 2 cups standing up, and he's focusing on the 3 cups that are lying down. So this could be where there has been a previous relationship where somebody has cheated or somebody has hurt the person in some way, and they're very much thinking that everybody's going to be like that. And there's this element of just wanting to protect yourself and not wanting to move forward with whatever the relationship is or whatever the situation is. But I'm very much drawn to the fact that there's a water running underneath a bridge, which is talking about your emotions. It's not flat water, it's kind of a little bit bumpy, which talks about where we're a little bit hurt, we're a little bit kind of not sure about how we want to progress. But you know what? The castle's at the other side of the water. So if we deal with these issues, if we deal with these emotions, then we're going to get our dreams. So make the decision, don't have the decision made for you. 6 of Cups, again, we're building our future, we're setting our foundation, we're setting up the relationships that we want for the future. And perhaps these are relationships with children, perhaps this is a relationship to get children. So that sounded a bit bad, but what I mean is, perhaps we are looking at our partner and thinking, is this someone we can settle down with, that we can have children with them, and that it's going to be long term? Or perhaps it's relationships with your actual children, or people who are like your children. But this is a very kind of positive upbeat kind of card. We're smelling the flowers. We're appreciating everything that we have in life, and before we're taking action and before we're moving forward with it. We're also providing for people with this card. Next up, we have the Seven of Cups, and this is probably the most manifesting card there is in the deck. Because you see, out of every 7 cups, there's something that's coming out of it. We've got what looks like a dragon in this one. We've got, I don't know what you call that, but I want to call it like a crown. You see it on the tops of people's heads. Then we've got jewellery or riches in this one. We've got the castle in this one. We've got a snake in this one. She kind of feels a bit like she's a religious thing here. And perhaps this last element is of yourself. So whatever it is that you're trying to bring into the world, whatever it is that you're trying to create, you've got all these choices. What is it you want to create? Because now's a really, really good time where you can work on that area within your life. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Again, eight's our fated situation. It's something that's going to happen no matter what. But we have this man here who's climbing up this little hill, and he's got a walking stick with him, which is helping him climb. We've also got the element of the moon and the sun crossing over each other, a wee eclipse here. But the fact that he's walking away kind of suggests that he's turning his back on stuff. So I would kind of recommend, right, okay, do you really want to turn your back on this situation? Just because something's happened doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the situation for the future. It's maybe just forcing you to make a decision or to choose whether to go left or right. Then we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups again comes forward to say we're closing the door. And it kind of feels like these cups are behind the curtain behind the man, or they're on the shelf above the curtain behind the man. Whatever way, they're still behind him, and he looks quite happy about letting this go. He looks quite happy about closing that door. So whatever this phase is, this could be an engagement. This could be where somebody's leaving kind of the dating scene behind and settling down with somebody. It could be a marriage where somebody's finally making that ultimate commitment to a person and moving forward with it. So yes, there's very much the element of closing a door, starting afresh. So, you know, closing a door can sound quite negative when in actual fact, it can be leaving it behind a relationship. But if you're having to leave behind a relationship, there will be problems and issues within that relationship that didn't agree with you. There'll be situations within it which weren't right for you. So whatever the reason that, whatever it is you're walking away from, whatever it is you're closing the door on, you're closing the door on it because you have to, because you need to, and because there's better out there for you. So the 9 and the closing of the door is always a really positive card. The 10 of Cups, because it's relationships, this one has a family on the card. You see the kids are dancing, you see the parents have their hands up almost like they're grateful they're grateful for all that they have. They're appreciating all that they have. You've got the 10 cups sitting over the top of a rainbow. And the rainbows always represent kind of after the storm, because a rainbow comes out when the sun shines through the light of rain. So it's after the storm. We've made the progress. We've done all the wonderful things that we've had to do, and we're coming out the other side of it now. So the 10s represent a new phase, a new beginning, a new something that you're moving into, and in this case where relationships and emotions are concerned. So it's very much a better situation with this one. Again, we've got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups comes forward to talk about this new energy, this motivation, this kind of moving forward. Now you'll see that there's a fish in the cup. Fish go hand in hand with water because fish obviously live in water. But the fish is the growth, if you like, of the water. So with the wands, you had the leaves, because leaves grow on sticks, and the fish is almost like what grows in the water. So this very much talks about where we're making strides forward to grow emotionally and to grow within the relationships, and it feels quite positive. There is a little bit of bumpy waves in the background, but there's something about them that still feel quite calm, even though there's kind of that ebb and flow of the water as well. Then we have the Knight of Cups. Again, we're moving forward a little bit. He's kind of that wee bit more educated, if you like, than the pages. But again, it's this element of him holding the horse's head back. But the legs in the horse suggest that the horse is moving forward, but he's doing it at his own pace. So yeah, this kind of feels like we're kind of holding back a little bit. We're being reserved. We still have a journey to take, but we are moving forward with it. And again, we have the king and the queen. And again, the queen is looking off to the left this time, and the king's looking forward. She looks more happy than he does. So yeah, that's what